This is the Valley Today.
New this morning, we're waiting to hear what exactly happened to a power pole along South University Drive in Fargo. Take a look at the video. This is near 2nd Avenue South, but apparently it's not associated with any power outage. Now, we're not sure if it was a result of a car crash, the wind, or any other thing.
We've received a couple of viewer messages that the pole was like this before the sun went down last night and was still like this, propped up by XL Energy equipment around 2 this morning with no one around. Everyone's talking about that big Sunday wind that messed with a lot of people's leaf piles as well as other things in their yard. They were whipped around most of the day around much of the valley.
Yeah, that's right. In South Fargo, a backyard trampoline even took a hit by heavy gusts. Take a look there. Winds were so strong the tramp flipped and was thrown across the backyard. It landed on the part of the roof of another house. Meanwhile, up in the Northern Valley, the trouble was wind plus that snow. Here's some shots from Erskine, Minnesota and Polk County. You see right there, snow yesterday coated cars in that area.
Snow also passing through Grand Forks, and as we continue this conversation, we're jumping right on over to meteorologist Lisa Green for a look at what's to come this week. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, it's more of that. We're going to see more snow coming our way, heavier snowfall potential and wind too. And that's coming in that second half of the week. I want to give you that quick alert here, your first alert, that we've got a change in our days here. We were alerting for Wednesday for the onset of it, but the most intense part of this storm really will be Thursday night and into Friday. We're looking at the snow and the wind, but there's also the potential for rain and thunder. So we'll have a lot to track here over this week. It could get kind of wild. Hopefully not as windy as this, but we do have some strong winds here in the forecast. Here's a look at those peak gusts from Sunday. The strongest gust in North Dakota was out in Mott, out in that area, 74-mile-per-hour gust. We got to hurricane force winds there yesterday. Jamestown got up to 67, Carrington, Fargo, and Cooperstown all top 60 miles per hour. So we do have still a little bit of that breeze sticking around in our eastern viewing area, some gusts into the 20s, but overall that wind field is moving on and we're starting to quiet down. But check out the direction. Starting to turn northerly or northwesterly, and much colder air has taken over. We're looking west on our Skycam in Fargo toward that nearly full moon. This time tomorrow, we'll be talking about a total lunar eclipse happening. Hopefully, we'll get some clear skies to be able to take it in from our Skycam views here tomorrow morning. Right now, it's clear in Fargo, 15, 16 in Grand Forks and in Jamestown. Some of us still with some clouds, Bemidji and Detroit Lakes, and that's where we're seeing some temperatures in the 20s at the moment. I want to point out there is a chance for some more snow tonight. We've got some down in the southwestern part of South Dakota that's lifting toward North Dakota, and a potential for a few flakes associated with that later tonight. Leading up to it, increasing clouds. Here's a look at our afternoon planner, 30s. And that's about it for today as we get into the afternoon. So we're looking at a high of about 37 degrees in Fargo. It's a day to wear the winter coat because you're going to not really love the conditions out there, especially when we factor in any wind at all. And we'll have to watch out for a few flakes tonight. So we'll get into more details on that and that coming storm system to come in just a couple of minutes.
All right, a lot to keep track of. Thank you. New this morning, a man facing drunk driving charges after crashing his car into the Red Pepper restaurant in Grand Forks. Police say 22-year-old Chase Wallace missed a curve on University Avenue just before 10 last night, drove over the curb and smashed into the building. Wallace was treated for injuries and charged with DUI.
And those strong winds yesterday were partly to blame for a fatal crash in Lemoore County, North Dakota. The Highway Patrol says a semi was passing a pickup on Highway 281 north of Edgeley when the pickup's trailer flipped and then detached in the wind. That caused the pickup to rotate into the path of the semi. The semi then hit that pickup, which then rolled onto the passenger side. Both people in the pickup had to be cut out of that vehicle. A 64-year-old woman in the car died. The 69-year-old driver, John Wool of Cullum, is being treated for serious injuries. The semi driver was not hurt. Early voting for the general election is over now in North Dakota, but you can still do it today on the Minnesota side until 5 p.m.
You can also drop off ballots at drop boxes. Check with your county about details on those deadlines. Election officials say mail-ins are dicey right now because they may not arrive in time for your vote to be counted. In Minnesota, the deadline to arrive is tomorrow at 5 p.m. In North Dakota, mail-in ballots need to be postmarked no later than today. A Fargo woman warning people to watch their mailboxes. This after someone stole a check right out of hers.
She says a neighbor witnessed a man pull into the driveway and then rummage through her mailbox. She says it's discouraging since she has been traveling in and out of town while tending to a sick family member.
Very frustrating. I mean, I felt violated. You know, I am able to, yes, drive my mail to the post office if need be. And from here on in, I will either pay accordingly by phone or auto pay.
Now, the neighbor describes the possible suspect vehicle used in the theft as a smaller silver Toyota with Corwin plates. They also say the suspect was of average height and weight and might be either Caucasian or Hispanic.
The North Dakota Museum of Art in Grand Forks is offering a reward for the return of a stolen sculpture that's been with the museum since 1998. The museum director says it's heartbreaking to see someone do such a thing because the garden circle piece has been an important part of the museum now for decades.
We've worked with the UND Police Department, who have worked with the Sheriff's Department here to try to find it maybe down here, you know, if it was a prank, if it's down in the coulee somewhere or in someone's backyard, or we just don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared.
The museum is offering a reward of $1,000 for the return of that statue, no questions asked. If you have any information regarding this case, you're encouraged to contact the UND Police Department. Well, listen to this. She's in the fight of her life, but Fargo South High School this student is not letting Hodgkin's lymphoma slow her down.
Valley News Team's Aaron Walling has more on this girl's journey of overcoming the disease.
She's the strongest kid I know.
Clara Mochenbacher is supposed to be enjoying her freshman year of high school, but she is facing a way bigger battle in life. She was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma this summer.
Not a lot of people are dealing with children with cancer, but we've never felt alone because we've always just had so many people that have just always made sure that we're doing okay and always willing to do a lot of things to just lift us up during this time.
However, the cancer battle isn't keeping this Fargo South Bruin from living life. Clara is now in remission, but her mom says throughout the process, she has shown strength and determination.
Trying to deal with chemo and all the effects and side effects and watching that is really, really hard as a parent, but she just kind of acts like it's just what she's got to do and we got to get through it.
Friends and family gathered this weekend to raise support for this young girl as she continues to tackle treatments.
I knew we had a lot of really good people in our lives and everything, and we live in a great community, but I didn't really expect it to be quite at this level. And I mean, it doesn't surprise me as far as she's an incredible person and everybody wants to help out and everything. But yeah, it's been really an eye-opening experience on how much people care around here.
In Fargo, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
For more information on Clara's battle, go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
Same packaging, but cheaper ingredients. Still ahead this Monday morning, shrinkflation, what some manufacturers are now doing to fight those rising prices.
And up next, weather to plan out our day, and we've got a choppy week to look ahead to. But in the meantime, check out the moon. We'll be right back after this break.
Good morning, Moon.